Ever felt a spirit in an old building? In this abandoned library, the whispers of forgotten knowledge and terrifying tales of souls wandering among dusty shelves will send shivers down your spine. Join us as we explore the secrets of this haunted place and uncover what it hides. In a world brimming with horror stories, some tend to stick around longer than others. Let us take a trip back in time to the days of old, where we'll uncover the intriguing tale of Archos Library. Join us as we delve into this tale and explore its lingering impact on the world of horror, discussing why it continues to captivate our imaginations and what it tells us about our fascination with the unknown. In the heart of an old city stood Archos Library, an ancient Gothic structure draped in thick ivy. Its stained glass windows struggled to let in any light, casting an eerie glow over its countless shelves. It was rumored that the library had never been shut since its creation in the 19th century. What made this place even more peculiar was the story of its original owner, the late Mr. Elias Archos. Some say that he still tended to his beloved books, though he vanished mysteriously a century ago. Legends whispered that the shelves no longer held books, but souls, and that each turned page concealed a secret that refused to stay buried. Old town rules, passed down through generations, warned visitors: never read aloud in Archos, and never touch the chained books. Amidst this mystical backdrop emerged Laith, a university student obsessed with delving into history's mysteries. However, his interest wasn't just an academic pursuit. No, he carried a deep-rooted trauma from his past. You see, his grandmother, a renowned historian, had disappeared years ago after a cryptic visit to Archos Library. All that remained of her was a single book filled with fragmented notes, seemingly leading nowhere. She always left him hints about ancestors lost to knowledge. Determined to unravel the enigma surrounding his grandmother's vanishing act, Laith became fixated on uncovering the truth behind Archos Library and its elusive collection. One day, while poring over ancient texts, he stumbled upon a rare, ancient Renaissance manuscript believed to exist only in Archos Library. This book held the key to his grandmother's disappearance and perhaps a secret of his own lineage. Unbeknownst to him, he was connected to Archos himself. Armed with this newfound information, Laith embarked on a journey to Archos Library, hoping to find answers. But little did he know the horrors that awaited him within those hallowed halls. As night fell, Laith decided to visit the library after hours. Adam, his more rational and cautious companion, tried to dissuade him. "Laith, don't go to that cursed place alone." Yet Laith, driven by his insatiable thirst for forbidden knowledge, paid no heed to his friend's pleas. He opened the heavy oak doors and stepped inside, determined to unearth the secrets hidden within Archos's ancient walls. Inside, the air was thick with dust motes dancing in the faint moonlight, filtering through grimy windows. Towering bookshelves loomed like silent sentinels guarding countless volumes whose spines whispered tales of forgotten lore. As Laith ventured deeper into the labyrinthine stacks, he could feel the weight of ages pressing down on him, each footstep echoing his solitude in the cavernous hall. Suddenly, a faint sound reached his ears, a rustle of turning pages amidst the oppressive silence. Laith paused, his heart pounding against his ribs like a trapped bird. He strained to listen, yet the sound seemed to vanish into the cavernous depths of the library. Shaking off his apprehension, he reasoned that it was merely the product of his overactive imagination. But as he continued his exploration, The whispers grew louder, seeping into his consciousness like insidious serpents. Laith pressed on, driven by an insatiable curiosity that refused to be quelled. After hours of searching in the deserted sections of the library, Laith found himself utterly alone. The faint streetlights barely managed to penetrate the gloom, leaving the towering shelves shrouded in perpetual twilight. Just when he thought he'd reached the library's heart, he heard a noise that sent shivers down his spine. Someone or something was near. Laith's blood ran cold as realization dawned on him. He wasn't alone in the vast expanse of Archos Library. Determined to get to the bottom of this mystery, Laith cautiously made his way to the source of the noise. With each step his anticipation grew, mingled with a sense of foreboding that tightened his grip on the doorknob. Taking a deep breath to steady his nerves, he pushed the door open, revealing what lay beyond. Before him the air grew colder, the stench of mildew and decay assaulting his nostrils. The faint glow of ethereal light emanated from within, beckoning him forward with an otherworldly allure. Unable to resist its enigmatic pull, Laith stepped inside, unaware of the horrors that awaited him. The room he entered was dimly lit, the floor littered with countless books and manuscripts piled haphazardly, as if tossed aside in haste. The scent of decaying parchment hung heavy in the air, mingling with the musty odor of aged paper. Thousands of books lined the walls, their leather and cloth covers worn smooth by countless hands that had skimmed their pages. In the center of the room, an antique globe sat perched atop a pedestal, its faded colors hinting at distant lands and unexplored territories. Yet it was the whispers that truly captivated Laith's attention. They seemed to emanate from the very walls themselves, weaving a tapestry of intrigue that beckoned him closer. Suddenly his gaze fell upon a colossal book resting on a nearby table. Its cover was adorned with arcane symbols that seemed to writhe and twist before his eyes. An inexplicable force compelled him toward it, urging him to open it and delve into its forbidden contents. As he reached out to touch the ancient tome, the whispers intensified, morphing into coherent voices that echoed through the chamber. Startled, he recoiled as if burned, his heart pounding against his ribs like a drum solo in a horror movie soundtrack. Then, gathering his courage, he decided to confront his fears head-on. With trembling hands, he opened the book, releasing a plume of dust that danced in the feeble rays of light. As his eyes scanned the weathered pages, he realized that the text was indecipherable, the script ancient and utterly foreign to him. But there was something else, a subtle movement in the corner of his vision. Turning his gaze, he saw a pair of eyes staring back at him, their intensity piercing the veil between reality and nightmare. And just like that, Laith discovered that Archos Library wasn't just a repository of ancient texts. It was a gateway to the unknown, a place where the boundaries of reality blurred and sinister forces lurked in the shadows. Back in the present, the memory of Archos Library continued to haunt Adam. Sleep evaded him, and his dreams were plagued by whispers and fleeting visions of an ancient Gothic building. But it wasn't just a haunting. Adam experienced unsettling changes. Whenever he turned a page in a book, he could almost hear his own voice reading the words aloud, as if the library itself was entwining their fates. Adam tried to shake off these feelings as remnants of Laith's warnings, but the line between fiction and reality started to blur. In the quiet of the night, he would swear he heard the library bell echoing in his very bones. Driven by morbid curiosity and a desperate hope for answers, Adam decided to pay Archos Library a visit. Stepping into the archaic interior, he hoped to lay his concerns to rest. But instead he found solace turning into dread. He ventured into the manuscript section, noticing a slight draft, yet the windows were firmly shut. He found a book lying open, its pages filled with disjointed sketches and indecipherable notes, as if its author had vanished mid-scribble. It was then that Adam felt a presence behind him. Glancing over his shoulder, he saw a gaunt, translucent figure emerge from between the bookshelves, its eyes hollow and distant. Before he could react, the figure beckoned with a finger, then glided back into the shelves, disappearing from sight. Adam called out, his voice echoing in the vast emptiness. But there was no reply save the rustling of ancient pages. Moments later, as he moved away, he could have sworn he heard a whisper, "He's already mine." This chilling realization dawned on him. Laith hadn't simply vanished. He'd become another captive of the library, forever bound to its shadowy embrace. Adam fled, the whispers following close behind, echoing his own heartbeat in his ears. As he raced away, the library's ominous laughter seemed to mock his escape, for he knew in his heart that the bell had tolled and the pages had turned, trapping them in a cycle of endless reading. He hurried home, fear propelling him forward, not realizing that the library's grasp had already reached for him. And so the legacy of Archos Library lives on, serving as a reminder that some doors are best left unopened, and some stories are best left untold. What did you think of this video? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And if you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button to ensure you never miss any of our spine-tingling tailies. Your support keeps our storytelling cauldron bubbling with fresh frights. So until next time, sweet dreams, and don't forget to lock your doors, because nightmares can sometimes crawl through the cracks.